There was new footage out. New footage out. Your boy is out here dropping dimes. They thought he was going to be, it's 4th of July weekend. They thought he was going to be out here drafting. He could have been on chill, posted up. Nah. He's somewhere in Florida, I believe. I see the palm trees in the back. He out there in the middle of the night dropping dimes. What he's telling you is, I will not be deterred.
What is it that you want our listeners, because they're not going to get to be around you in the locker room, what is it that you want people to understand about you?
Well, I'm saying understand me. What I'm speaking on is understand I work hard.
Yep.
And I love the game of football. That's all you really need to know. And I ain't disrespectful. I don't have off the field problems. So those main 3 things is that equals success. Being able to go and see the kids just working out. They running with me, clapping for me when I get done working out and stuff. And it's real cool. It's real exciting. And the city really embraced me a lot. And I'm just excited to be here.
Quickly pick all this stuff up. It's just that he hasn't had to bark out the real long plays and all of that kind of thing yet. So he's coming up that learning curve quickly, and they saw that in the final 2 weeks of the last week of OTAs and the week of minicamp. They saw how all of his studying really lent itself to.
Well, I think at the end, especially when the preseason starts, he's going to find a way to beat those guys out.
You won't believe what Shedeur Sanders just did in the middle of a Florida thunderstorm that has NFL scouts calling emergency meetings. While other quarterbacks are lounging on beaches this offseason, Sanders is out here rewriting the playbook on what dedication looks like. I'm about to show you footage that proves why this young quarterback isn't just ready for the NFL. He's about to revolutionize it. After analyzing hundreds of quarterback training sessions, I've never seen anything quite like this. And wait until you see what he does with his left hand. It's something that has defensive coordinators already losing sleep. Here's what separates champions from everyone else. They train when nobody's watching, in conditions that would send most people running for cover. Picture this. It's past midnight in Florida. The humidity is suffocating. Rain is coming down in sheets. Most people are inside, comfortable, maybe scrolling through social media or binge-watching Netflix. But not Shedeur Sanders. He's out there in what can only be described as monsoon conditions, with nothing but palm trees as witnesses and stadium lights cutting through the darkness. This isn't just about throwing a football in bad weather. This is psychological warfare against mediocrity. Every drop of rain hitting his face is a reminder that while his competition is comfortable, he's getting uncomfortable on purpose. The footage shows him methodically working through his progressions, his footwork precise despite the slippery conditions, his throws cutting through the humid air with laser precision. You can see it in his body language. This isn't obligation, it's obsession. The good kind of obsession that transforms potential into greatness. When the camera catches his face between throws, there's no grimace, no complaint about the conditions. There's only focus, the kind of focus that comes from knowing exactly what you want and being willing to outwork everyone to get it. But here's what most people miss about these midnight sessions. Sanders isn't just training his arm or his accuracy. He's training his mind to perform under pressure, to find perfection in chaos. Every throw in these conditions is worth 10 throws in perfect weather. He's literally conditioning himself to make the impossible look routine. This is what Coach Prime always preached. Do your work when nobody's watching, and let the results speak for themselves. Sanders isn't just following that advice. He's taking it to an entirely different level. But the midnight training is just the beginning. What he's doing with his throwing technique is something that has NFL defensive coordinators scrambling to rewrite their playbooks. What you're about to see defies everything we thought we knew about quarterback mechanics, and it's giving Sanders an unfair advantage that no defense can prepare for. In the history of the NFL, we've seen mobile quarterbacks, pocket passers, and dual-threat athletes. But we've never seen a quarterback who can deliver NFL-caliber throws with both hands while maintaining the same level of accuracy and power. Defensive coordinators spend months studying film, memorizing tendencies, predicting throwing lanes. Sanders just made all of that preparation worthless. Watch the footage closely. When Sanders drops back, his footwork tells a story that defenses can't read. That signature crab walk isn't just showboating, it's strategic genius. Traditional quarterbacks telegraph their intentions through their stance, their shoulder alignment, their foot positioning. Sanders has eliminated every single tell. In one sequence, he rolls right, plants his right foot, and every defender in the secondary shifts to cover the right side of the field. Then, in one fluid motion, he switches the ball to his left hand and delivers a perfect spiral to the opposite side. The defensive backs don't even have time to react. Former NFL defensive coordinator Mike Zimmer recently said that preparing for a truly ambidextrous quarterback is like trying to defend against two different players simultaneously. You can't study tendencies when the player has no consistent tendencies to study. But this isn't just about the surprise factor. Sanders' left-handed throws aren't novelty acts, they're legitimate NFL quality passes. The spiral is tight, the velocity is there, and the accuracy is pinpoint. He's not just switching hands, he's switching the entire geometry of the field. Passing lanes that don't exist for right-handed quarterbacks suddenly open up. Defensive backs who've spent their entire careers reading right-handed release points are suddenly playing a completely different game. Imagine being a safety, responsible for reading the quarterback's eyes and anticipating the throw. Now imagine that quarterback can deliver that throw from either side of his body with equal precision. It's not just physically challenging to defend, it's mentally exhausting. Defenders start second-guessing themselves, hesitating for that split second that turns a defended pass into a completion. This ambidextrous ability isn't just a cool trick, it's a legitimate competitive advantage that could revolutionize the quarterback position. Sanders isn't just adapting to the game, he's forcing the game to adapt to him. But raw talent and unique abilities mean nothing without the right mindset. What Sanders is doing mentally might be even more impressive than his physical gifts. While everyone's talking about Sanders' arm talent, the smartest people in football are paying attention to something else entirely, his understanding of the business of being an NFL quarterback. Garrett Bush, one of the most respected analysts in football, recently made a statement that should make every NFL executive take notice. He said Sanders isn't just playing football, he's playing chess while everyone else is playing checkers. This isn't about X's and O's on the field. This is about understanding that modern NFL success requires mastery of the game within the game. Look at how Sanders is handling this offseason. Every social media post, every training video, every public appearance is calculated. He's not just building his skills, he's building his brand. When he posts that midnight training footage, he's sending multiple messages simultaneously to his teammates that he's committed, to his coaches that he's serious, to his competition that he's not backing down, and to the fans that he's worth their investment. Bush pointed out something crucial. Sanders understands that NFL success isn't just about impressing coaches and teammates. It's about creating a connection with the fan base that transcends wins and losses. Look at quarterbacks like Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers. Their longevity wasn't just about their arm strength. It was about their ability to make fans believe in them, to create a personal brand that made them indispensable to their organizations. But here's the most brilliant part of Sanders' strategy. He's using his work ethic as a weapon against his doubters. Every critic who questions his readiness, every analyst who suggests he needs more development time, every fan who doubts his ability, he's turning their skepticism into motivation and then broadcasting that motivation to the world. Sanders recently made a statement that reveals his true mindset: "I will not be deterred." This isn't just confidence, it's a declaration of war against mediocrity. He's not just trying to make the team, he's positioning himself as the face of the franchise. The way he talks about his commitment to Cleveland, his connection with the community, his understanding of what the city needs, this is franchise quarterback thinking from day one. What separates Sanders from other prospects is his understanding that NFL careers are built on more than just Sunday performance. He's creating a narrative around himself that makes him impossible to ignore and difficult to replace. Every midnight training session, every ambidextrous throw, every strategic media appearance is building towards something bigger than just making the roster. This strategic mindset, combined with his unique physical abilities, isn't just preparing Sanders for NFL success, it's preparing him to redefine what NFL success looks like. And the results of this approach are already showing. Even his biggest critics are starting to change their tune. The most telling sign of Sanders' progress isn't his improved stats or his viral training videos, it's the fact that his harshest critics are now becoming his biggest advocates. Mary Kay Cabot has never been one to hand out praise lightly. For years, she's been one of the most critical voices when it comes to evaluating quarterback prospects, especially those coming from high-profile college programs. Her initial assessment of Sanders during OTAs and minicamp was lukewarm at best. She questioned his readiness, his ability to handle NFL-level complexity, his transition from college to professional football. But something changed. In her most recent analysis, Cabot didn't just praise Sanders, she declared him officially ready. She specifically mentioned his rapid progression through the learning curve, his ability to absorb complex play calls, and most importantly, his composure under pressure. For a critic of her caliber to make such a complete reversal isn't just noteworthy, it's unprecedented. What caused this dramatic shift in perception? According to Cabot, it was Sanders' performance during the final weeks of OTAs and minicamp that changed everything. She noted how his studying translated directly to on-field performance, how he began anticipating defensive adjustments before they happened, and how his leadership presence became undeniable in the huddle. Herm Edwards, a former NFL coach with decades of experience evaluating quarterbacks, went even further. He didn't just say Sanders would compete for the starting job, he predicted Sanders would win it outright from day one. Edwards has seen hundreds of quarterbacks transition from college to the NFL. For him to make such a bold prediction about a rookie speaks volumes about what he's seeing in Sanders' development. The Cleveland Browns organization is taking notice too. Sources within the team report that Sanders' work ethic and preparation have impressed veteran players and coaching staff alike. His ability to command respect in the locker room, despite being a rookie, is something that can't be taught or faked. It's the kind of natural leadership that franchise quarterbacks possess. What's happening with Sanders is a perfect storm of talent meeting opportunity meeting preparation. The critics who once questioned his readiness are now questioning whether the Browns should hand him the starting job immediately. This shift in narrative creates its own momentum. When respected analysts start believing in a player, it influences how coaches, teammates, and fans perceive that player. Sanders is creating a self-reinforcing cycle of success. His work ethic impresses critics, their praise builds his confidence improves his performance, and his improved performance converts more critics. It's a masterclass in how to build momentum in professional sports. The fact that Sanders has converted his harshest critics into believers isn't just good news for his career, it's a sign that something special is happening in Cleveland. But perhaps the most impressive thing about Sanders isn't his physical gifts or his strategic mind, it's his character and his commitment to the community. What Sanders is doing off the field might be even more impressive than his midnight training sessions, and it's the reason why Cleveland fans are already treating him like family. In a recent interview, Sanders made a statement that reveals everything you need to know about his character. "I work hard, I love the game of football, I'm not disrespectful, and I don't have off-field problems." In an era where NFL headlines are often dominated by controversy and drama, Sanders is offering something revolutionary: reliability, character, and genuine passion for the game. But it's not just what Sanders says, it's what he does. He's been spotted throughout Cleveland, not at nightclubs or expensive restaurants, but at community centers, youth programs, and local events. Kids run up to him during his workouts, and instead of brushing them off, he stops, takes pictures, and encourages them to pursue their dreams. Watch the footage of Sanders interacting with young fans, and you'll see something genuine that can't be manufactured by PR teams. When kids cheer for him during his training sessions, his face lights up with authentic joy. This isn't obligation or image management. This is a young man who understands that his platform comes with responsibility. Sanders recently said something that should make Browns fans incredibly excited. He's not here for a short stay. He's talking about building a legacy in Cleveland, about being part of something bigger than individual success. In a league where players often chase the biggest contract or the most glamorous market, Sanders is talking about roots, community, and long-term commitment. The Browns ownership has fully embraced Sanders, and it's easy to see why. He represents everything a franchise wants in a face of the organization: player, talent, character, work ethic, and genuine connection with the community. He's not just a quarterback, he's a potential cornerstone for the next decade of Browns football. What Sanders is building in Cleveland goes beyond wins and losses. He's creating a culture of excellence, accountability, and community engagement. When veteran players see a rookie putting in midnight training sessions and connecting with fans, it raises the standard for everyone in the organization. The kids who are watching Sanders train, who are getting his autographs, who are seeing him work, they're not just meeting a football player. They're seeing what dedication looks like, what character looks like, what it means to represent something bigger than yourself. Sanders isn't just preparing for this season or even this contract. He's building the foundation for a career that could span decades, for a legacy that could transform not just the Browns organization but the entire Cleveland community. This combination of elite talent, unmatched work ethic, strategic thinking, and genuine character isn't just rare in the NFL, it's the blueprint for sustained success at the highest level. We've seen Sanders training in impossible conditions while others rest, developing ambidextrous abilities that redefine the quarterback position, strategically building his brand and mindset, converting his harshest critics into believers, and building genuine connections with the Cleveland community. This isn't just about one player's journey to the NFL, this is about witnessing the birth of a potential franchise legend. Sanders is showing us what happens when elite talent meets unmatched work ethic, meets strategic thinking, meets genuine character. The question isn't whether Sanders will succeed in the NFL, it's how dramatically he'll change what we expect from the quarterback position. What do you think? Is Sanders' ambidextrous ability a game changer, or is his character and work ethic even more impressive? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you want to see more breakdowns of players who are revolutionizing their positions, make sure you're subscribed and hit that notification bell. Next week, I'm breaking down 3 other rookies who are using unconventional training methods to gain competitive advantages. You won't want to miss it.